Thank you. I was just backstage, and Ben said Loucks, and I've known AJ for like over a year. He's like, your last name's Loucks? I was like, yeah. He's like, I've been telling people Loucks for a year now. I was like, oh, well, I guess better late than never. Happy New Year to everybody. New Year resolutions for anyone? I know that was already been done tonight, but I already had it written down, so that's where we're going. But yeah, I haven't quit mine yet. Well, I kind of have. I was going on a diet, and then I ate a Made Right today, which is just going to fucking send me off the rails into a whole thing where I'm going to eat a whole bunch of bad things. Because that's the hard thing about dieting, is right at first, when you remember how good bad things taste, and then, yeah. That's just for real. I wasn't really trying to make a joke there. Now I'm hungry. But I tried eating broccoli, and here's how bad broccoli is. My dog was begging for food, and I tried giving him some of the broccoli, and he kind of bit into it and then spit it out. And I'm like, motherfucker, I've had to stop you from eating rocks. You won't eat broccoli. That's how bad broccoli is. But yeah, I'm trying to lose weight. I got on the scale yesterday, 33% body fat. 33%. A third of me is of fat. That is horrible. And I always heard that 3/4 of you is water. And so I'm already over 100%. And that's not even counting all the undigested calzones and Mountain Dew that are in my system, so I don't know what's going on with me. Oh, my notes are upside down. That's not good. There we go. Oh, yeah, Ben said I'm a screenwriter, or as my girlfriend calls it, a loser. I'm just kidding, I don't have a girlfriend. I had a girlfriend a while ago, and that didn't work out because of what I am. But I ran into her recently, and it was really bad because I was at a Chinese buffet by myself. And I ran into my ex-girlfriend, and she's with her boyfriend, and she comes over to me, and she's like, oh, are you with somebody? Because there's 5 empty plates on my table. And I was like, yeah, I'm on a date with my girlfriend. And she's like, oh, cool. And I was like, and she's a model. And she's like, oh. And I could tell it was starting to get unrealistic, and I was like, for Yonkers. She was like, oh, okay, because, that's believable. Who would lie about that? But yeah, things were getting pretty dire there because after that happened, after an all-you-can-eat buffet, I went and got ice cream afterwards. They have ice cream there, but they don't put Snickers in them at the Chinese restaurant, so... Oh, boy. But I'm glad that we're broken up, because she was... and I don't throw this term around lightly. She was kind of white trash. Her family was. I went over to eat with her family once, and we were eating spaghetti, and they called the Parmesan cheese shaky cheese. And I was like, will you pass the Parmesan? And they're like, what? And I was like, and they're like, oh, the shaky cheese. And I was like, well, it's called Parmesan. And he's like, well, la-di-da, Mr. Frenchman. And I was like, actually, it's Italian. And he was like, oh, you're trilingual, wow. I'm sure speaking all those languages comes in handy when you have lunch with Donald Trump at the Rockefellers. So, that didn't go too great. But, yeah, so I'm single, much to the chagrin of my parents, my family, my grandmother especially. My grandma asked me if I was gay and that I was just hiding a boyfriend, that I was afraid that she wouldn't be okay with it. And she kind of was like, Spencer, it's fine if you're gay. I don't care. You can date someone who's a boy, a girl, black, white, I don't care. Just as long as you don't bring home a dirty Jew. But with tolerance and people over 80, you take what you can get. So I was like, oh, thanks, Grandma. But she's fun for being all old and stuff. I used to make old jokes. I don't as much anymore because she is that old. But one time, I can't remember, I made fun of her for something. And she said, oh, Spencer, you're killing me. And I said, Grandma, time's doing a fine job of that. Why on earth would I try and help that? Ugh. Old people. God, I can't read. I need fucking reading glasses. Oh, I found out recently, I did Ancestry.com. Has anyone done Ancestry.com? Just you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no, it's interesting, and because there's certain things, there's certain reasons why a lot of times you don't know your history. Like, that's a good thing a lot of times. People that owned slaves or had Nazi grandparents, that sort of thing. But I found out that I am a descendant of Neroini, which a lot of people that were descended from Emperor Nero took that name. So, I don't know if you know Nero, but he's the one that, he fiddled as Rome burnt or whatever, which I think that meant, I don't know if he was actually fiddling or having sex with people or what. But it also explains why if I'm an asshole to you or evil, they think Nero might have been the Antichrist. So I'm like 100 and something Antichrist. So if I ever get red in my eyes and we're talking shit to each other, you should probably just walk away from me. It's not gonna end well for you. Oh boy. You know what annoys me, by the way? You don't have to say what. But what? I'll do some of the Johnny Carson jokes later, where the call and response, but you didn't have to do it that time. But is on Facebook a lot of times, or just in general, when people will be like, "Hey, my dad's going into surgery. Send him some prayers." Which it's nice on face level. It's like, yeah, like I feel for you. Like that sucks that that's happening, and I hope it turns out okay. But like, can you imagine if that actually is the reason that like makes the difference? Like if you're good at social networking, like God will make your dad get okay. Like God's sitting there being like, this girl, she's got like 74 likes for her dad going into surgery. He's gonna fucking be okay. This other asshole whose little kid has leukemia, he hasn't even done anything on Facebook. I'm gonna make sure he dies, because that's my plan. Oh. Don't blame me, it's God's plan. It's his will, But, too little too morbid? Yeah? We'll see. I know, this is a nice place. I shouldn't be that morbid I almost shaved today. I should have. But I can't, like, I end up cutting myself like I'm a 13-year-old that listens to The Cure and has emotional problems. But seriously, like, and I'm gonna go right into another one where, like, if I shave, like, I might as well have, like, Stevie Wonder and Michael J. Fox take turns shaving my face. Yep, a blind joke and a Parkinson joke all in one. Deal with that. Oh, boy. So masturbation, who likes that? Oh, nobody? Yeah, sure. I didn't know that the crowd was full of liars, but my friend one time was talking about getting in shape, and he was like, yeah, well, anytime you feel like masturbating, just do 50 push-ups. And I was like, I can't do 10,000 push-ups every day. What are you, crazy? God. Well, and that's the web girls. If I don't know if anyone on the internet does any web girl stuff, but I was thinking about how like bad I felt for them and down on their luck they must be. But then I thought about it, and it's like, wait a minute. They stand around in their underwear in their apartment masturbating all the time. That's what I already do, and nobody pays me shit for that. I need to just I need to figure out how to hook a camera up. I don't think anyone's going to want to see this. That's a certain type of depraved that wants to see me doing that ever. Ugh. So you guys didn't like some of the morbid stuff, so I'm going to talk about suicide. Like, people need to start leaving, some notes. And I don't mean regular suicide notes where you like say why you did it and stuff, but like they should leave notes on the outside of whatever entryway you go into to see the body. Like if you blow your brains out in the bathroom, you should put a note on the bathroom door and close it, and that says, hey, my fucking brains are blown out everywhere. Don't come in here if you don't want to see that roommate or brother or whatever family member. Call the police so you aren't traumatized for the rest of your life. That's a real thing, I think, that needs to be done. I don't care if you think it's funny. I'm just saying, if you ever off yourself, fucking do that. And what's the closest thing I can think of suicide? Bit strips. Who likes bit strips on the lighter note? The thing that annoys me about bit strips is I have yet to see anyone choose the fat bit strip. No one's real about it. Like I choose the medium doughy one because that's me. But I've had people that weigh like 400 pounds that choose the skinny person. I'm just like, come on. I know it's a comic book, and I know there's like silly things where you're dancing in the streets with marching bands that don't really happen, but let's be real about this. Turn of the page here. Sorry. That's way too long of a pause. You can talk amongst yourselves for a moment. Oh, fuck. Whoever started doing that. Oh, it's my brother. Well, he's just getting me back for all the times I used to Freebird when he used to play. Oh, my voice is kind of gone. Sorry about that. I just getting over a cold, but I kind of almost sound like Shaggy, like Zoinks, school. Ugh, just terrible. But I'll do one more joke before I go. I wrote it. It's one of the first jokes I ever wrote, and it reminded me of Mitch Hedberg. And so I try and do it in a Mitch Hedberg voice, but I've been told I don't sound anything like Mitch Hedberg when I do it. But here it goes: is why do they say naked as a jaybird? If you ask me, every animal that is not a human being does not wear clothes. A more accurate statement would be naked as any animal that is not a human being. All right, thank you very much. That's my time. You guys have been great.